Hi everybody. I felt I had to say something. I couldn't make this video yesterday. I don't know if I can today. Yesterday, when a warped trans ideologue, and that's what the latest leaked information is from DOJ, as usual, every mass shooting is a trans shooting, it seems like lately. When he took a sniper rifle, I didn't say they found the gun in the woods, but I mean they took a rifle with a scope and murdered Charlie Kirk. Make no mistake, when they murdered Charlie Kirk, they were symbolically killing all of us. They were killing the ones who they're calling radicals, because we believe in traditional families and marriage and biology. So we're the radicals. And George W. Bush, I saw his post on, I guess it was X. I saw his post, and he called for civility. Civility. We can't fuel the flames or whatever, because we have to be civil. Civil. Charlie Kirk was the most civil man that I think I've known in a long time. Charlie Kirk was polite, he was kind, he was logical, he had integrity, he was true to himself, and he true to what he believed in. And he was a civil man. He talked to the worst dregs of society. No matter what they did to him, no matter what names they called him, no matter what they did, he was kind and logical and rational and wanted to have a dialogue. But a dialogue to these people is a fight. They think they have to come to a fight. And now they're coming armed, because it hurts them. It's like kryptonite to them. Truth is like kryptonite. And do they really think by killing one man, a great man, yes, but one man, that you're going to kill truth? Truth lives in spite of any of us. And you know how truth continues? By telling it. That is what we are tasked to do. Is continue telling the truth. Whether others want to believe it, want to see it, get mad at us, call us names, threaten our lives. I had my life threatened on this platform. If you look at the video I have about cyber stalking, you'll see what this nasty person said to me, because they didn't like what I was saying. And it's amazing. It just never would have thought that this trans warped mindset would actually give rise to assassins. Just because people don't agree with them, don't believe what they're saying, don't. Charlie was a champion of freedom of speech, which is one of our founding rights. And yes, in spite of what Tim Kaine says, they are given to us by our Creator. Whether he wants to believe in a Creator or that he thinks the government is, the rich men north of Richmond want to give us our rights, they don't have anything to do with them. My rights are my rights, regardless of any man. But it's just amazing. This ideology has sprung into mass murderers. It's just, You know, if you've watched the news and you've watched all these shootings at schools and churches, you see what the ideology is. It's the same. And these people are part of the Democrat death cult. And you know how you combat the cults? With the truth. But don't talk to me and tell me not to react and to be civil and to keep talking and don't espouse violence. I never did that. I never espouse violence. I do espouse self-defense. And I don't care what happens to you if you attack me. You will get no mercy. God gives mercy. I don't. I'm prepared to do what I need to do to take care of my family against whatever comes through my gate. And I will not blink. And I won't be sorry for one moment. But to say, well, let's be civil now. You know what? You're talking to the wrong person. Tell them to be civil. They're the ones pointing guns in our faces. They're the ones shooting us from tops of buildings. That's where the incivility comes from. And it was shameful to see people dancing as soon as that bullet went to his neck and they knew he was shot, dancing on his grave before he was even dead. I don't want to see what happens when you stand before the Lord. It's not going to be pretty. But see, you don't believe in that. That's why you're a godless heathen and are able to do these things and not feel guilty at all about it. That's why you are. I will not be civil. Don't tell me to not be reactive and to be civil. If you want to tell me that, I want you to walk up to Erica Kirk and look her in the face and tell her she needs to not be so reactive. She needs to calm down. She needs to be civil. You tell her that and I'd be scared to see where your ass lands. Because if you said that to me after you executed my husband, if somebody executed my husband right in front of me, you'll be on your ass so fast, and trust me, nobody will convict me of it. We have a nation full of lost people. And that's what the problem is. Charlie Kirk espoused traditional family. Fathers in the home providing for their wives and children. And they can't handle that. Excuse me. Of course, the trans freaks love to destroy anything they can about it has to do with traditional family values and Christian values, any religious value at all, but especially Christian. They are the destroyers. I couldn't believe yesterday. I was making the video from yesterday. I had just finished wrapping it up. And I was releasing it when I saw that Charlie Kirk had been shot. And I literally cried out. I mean, I thought, oh my God, no, 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 no. And when they first started reporting that he was dead, I thought, oh, hopefully this is that same internet garbage where they take something, they run with it, and they make the headlines that they want to have. But no, it was true. The man was the most kind, polite, logical, civil, giving man. And they called it hate. Matthew Dowd got himself fired from his network. He's fired. And he should be. He basically said the victim was to blame for his own shooting. Oh, he came back and he apologized later. But you know what? That was all a bunch of CYA. That's all that was. He didn't care. He fired him anyway. Anybody at their job who says things like this That is fomenting violence right there. Those people are the ones who, as an employer, I would fire on the spot because I don't want those kind of people in my business. Sorry. I didn't get any sleep last night. Well, I finally crashed about 8:30. And when I woke up and I started thinking, I was thinking a long time, and first thing on my mind was Charlie. And it was 1:30 in the morning. And I thought, I can't get up and run around the house now. So I lay there as long as I could. About 2 o'clock, I opened my laptop, got on there, put my earbuds in so I didn't make any noise. And then about 3:30, I went ahead and turned on the coffee pot. It's set to go off at 4. But I haven't had any sleep, and I'm staggering around. And we are in a very bad place in this country. When they shoot you, when they shoot you next, actually, every time they try to kill the things that they hate, the ideals that they hate, the values they hate, they're trying to kill all of you. I don't know what to do with this. And I haven't been so affected by one of these things since my dearest friend in the world died 4 years ago, suddenly. And I can't stop crying. And I still can't believe it. I can't believe either one of them. It's been 4 years since she was gone. The hate, they keep accusing Charlie of hate. Never did I hear a word of hate come out of his mouth, not once. And I listened to hundreds of hours of Charlie Kirk, dealing with people, horrible people, rude people, disgusting people, on college campuses and otherwise. And he was always happy to be there. And he countered every argument with logic and with kindness and with Christian values. And they had no recourse. They had nothing to come back with because their stance doesn't make any sense. But he never lost his cool. He never wished anybody harm. And they say he's hateful. The hate is coming from Congress. The hate's coming from No Nads Nadler. The hate is coming from the other side. And don't you dare tell me I can't react when somebody attacks me. And when you murdered him, you attacked all of us with the same values. The values that built this country and made it what it is, and now you're trying to destroy it. They don't do anything but destroy. That's all they know is destruction. But the best revenge, if you want revenge, is to live a godly, moral life, to marry, not to run around producing children with XYZ women that you don't even support, like some men do. And live your life a moral person. And remember, Charlie, remember how he dealt with people. He was absolutely amazing. And they don't care about his beautiful wife and his 2 little children. He had little bitty children that'll never know their father. They won't grow up with their father. And they don't care because the souls are dead. They have no soul. It's just a bunch of lost people going to hell, is all it is. And people keep talking about, oh, the rapture, the rapture, the rapture. Wait a minute, I'll show you where I'm going with that. That, do you really people going to disappear into the air and all the... No, I don't believe that. That's how it's going to happen. But let me tell you, when it does happen, I can tell you, it probably won't be enough people to notice. There's going to be so few disappear that are true believers. Or fall dead suddenly and it looks like they died, but they didn't. Their soul was just snatched out. As the snatching away is what they call that. I don't think people will even know it happened. And it's said that people will believe a lie. Pandemic, where people suddenly drop dead, and that's what's going to appear. They won't even know what happened. There won't be enough to even worry about. Because there's so few people who are Christians with a spiritual DNA change. It is a very small number anymore. And some of the greats have already passed on. Charlie he wholeheartedly believed. And he lived his life as a man who took care of his children and his wife. And he was an idealist. He wasn't a Pollyanna. He knew the risk. Don't you think a man as brilliant as that? From the time he was 18 years old, he was brilliant. And he knew the risk. He watched President Trump almost assassinated more than once. He knew the risk to himself. And there was no security at that thing. It makes me wonder who was in on that and who stopped security. It makes me wonder if it was a setup all along. Because so many didn't want him there. The evil don't like their dirty deeds paraded in front of them. They don't like to be called on any of that. And they get very, very violent. So please be on the alert. Don't go anywhere unarmed. And if you have to defend yourself, don't feel guilty for one split second. You don't want to end up like Charlie Kirk and leave your family behind to fend for themselves. So, yeah, we'll call for civility from the left, but we'll never get it because they don't have the capability. So, we lost a great man yesterday. All you have to do to learn how to talk to people who don't like you and who don't respect you is to watch some Charlie Kirk videos. Watch him deal with people. He was a master at dealing with people. A master. Never a word of hate came out of his mouth. A difference of opinion than yours is not hate. His videos, his college campus visits are a master class on how to deal with the left, with people with illogical stances. So he left quite a legacy, and I hope his videos stay up forever. His legacy, I hope, will live on. And we need to pray for his wife and his little children. Don't you ever go up to somebody who's just lost their husband, which you helped in taking out, with your rhetoric and your hate speech, the leftists, your hate speech. You are responsible for this murder. You may not have pulled the trigger or planned it, but you were responsible. And the media better watch themselves. I can't believe some of the horrible stuff. Someone called him an agitator. Agitator? That's negative. No. He was a quiet-spoken, smart man. And will be missed. He will be missed. So, that's all I have to say about that. Back to your regularly scheduled programming.